Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to let you know that this that you're listening to right now is what you're about to listen to is a current test of some new content we're trying out over on a new podcast called Broketopia, which is a money and investment podcast by HIMedia that we just launched today. And this is just us trying out some content and seeing how it goes. But let's hope you like it. So, I've talked about WPG or Washington Prime Group plenty of times before this. Now, for those of you who don't know what it is a small, it is not a small, but it's a real estate group that owns primarily malls and collects rent and dues from malls. And I like them because, well, quite simply, they have a high dividend yield. They're very inexpensive, and you can basically get your money back after. You can either get your money back or make a profit after just one quarter of holding them. That being said, there are some risks involved. You know, like they unfortunately they have been they got their notice from the stock exchanges that they have to get above $1 per share before December 31st, 2021. And to combat that, they are doing a 9-to-1 reverse stock split, which means that they're going to be it's a stock squish. They're going to be taking, for every 9 stocks you have, you get 1. And some of the issues with that are not fantastic. You know, we don't know if the stock will go up or down after a reverse stock split, but they're voting on that in December, and this episode came out November 4th. But I digress. I still think it's a good bet, even with a stock split coming, for the simple fact that they pay a absurdly high dividend yield of at least on Robinhood, 151% of their stock per share you get back, which means in a perfect world where we're not being ravaged by a pandemic and civil unrest, where you're getting all your money back plus more for every stock you have, which is great. That being said, in the recent recession, they have actually been one of the few companies that actually did pay dividends during that did pay dividends during the height of the crisis. At the end of quarter one, they paid a dividend of about 13-14% a share, which is much less than their normal earnings, but quite frankly, it's great considering what's going on. And they were estimated to have a negative 21 per share, like negative 21 cent per share, and it was only negative 4, which, while you weren't getting your dividend there, you're still making your money back in some regard. You know, so these guys are the people who manage this company are very aggressive. They're very strapping. They're no nonsense, and they own stock too. So if they want to get paid, they've got to bring the money in. And if they don't bring the money in, like, nobody gets paid. So this company, despite it having its own issues, I think is a safe bet for the simple fact that the people who manage it are rock fucking solid, and you don't have to worry about it going off the stock exchange because of the split. Now, if you want to wait until they do their reverse stock split before buying it, I completely understand. But that being said, we do not know when that's going to happen, and you very well could miss out on some dividend dates by doing so. They're announcing their shares tomorrow. They're announcing their earnings from shares tomorrow after after closing. So, depending on what happens tomorrow, this very well could be the end of a very, very good earnings season, given that because of the opening up from lockdown over the course of the summer and in the fall, things have gotten a bit better, but it remains to be seen. WPG, I think, is a good pick if you have $1. If you have $1 to burn and you want something that will get you your money back eventually quickly, this might be it for the short term.